Hello, YouTube. Welcome to my channel, Light and Dark Divine 111 Angels Collective. Collective. I have a message for you guys for the I'm doing the Ascended Masters messages. So Ascended Master message I'm finna do right now. So let's see. Spirit protect me as I do the Ascended Master messages. What do they want the world to know and my collective to know? Please watch over us as I do this reading. Let me get the accurate readings if they need to give them guidance. I pray. Amen. Okay, let's see what's coming in for the Ascended Masters here. Spirit telling me not to shuffle this bottom. Okay. Alright. So let's see what's coming in for you guys for the Ascended Masters. We have here full moon in Scorpio. Breathe through tender seas. So full moon in Scorpio, we need to breathe through tender seas. And it has something to do with trust the universe. So it has something to do with full moon in Aquarius. Okay. Trust the universe. Let's see what's coming in. What's the messages? So we have for full moon in Taurus, detox. So we should be detoxing at this time here. The Ascended Masters is telling us is we need to detox here. Work through your feelings. This is last quarter moon in Aries. Work through your feelings. We also need to take a breather here. Last quarter moon in Cancer, and it has something to do with that here. So we should be working, detoxing here, taking a breather here, as well as working through our feelings. It has something to do with full moon in Gemini. Embrace the flow of life. So we should be embracing the flow of life at this time here. And we also, last quarter moon in Leo, we should be lighting up. Okay. So we have here, what else? We have here the voice of the fear. So we have the voice of the fear here. It has something to do with orc meditation. It says asking your identity in the voice to fear, affecting your desires. So it has something to do with that here. Voice of fear, meditating the truth. So we should be meditating on the truth here with this voice of fears. And it has something to do with that as well here. Because it has something to do with the bridge, the ancestors of poverty. Someone here left the ancestors of poverty. They left the Ascended Masters out in poverty here. And it has something to do with that here. That's why it has something to do with meditation. We can get the answers that we need here. Because it has something to do with that here. It has something to do with the ancestors of poverty. You are the bridge to abundance and breaking cycles of lack and also prosperity from the lines as well. Honoring the ancestors and also abundance flows freely through the lines. So they forgot about the ancestors, or we supposed to meditate on the ancestors, but they forgot about the ancestors, and it has something to do with that here. Be patient for your elevation here. So we should be patient for our elevation here because it's connected to the tree of life, and it has something to do with that here. But they left the ancestors out in poverty here, and it has something to do with that here. It has something to do with the divine feminines who are going to have to be patient here because they connected to the tree of life. These divine feminines here, yeah, because it has something to do with divine contracts here. It's something that they did with the divine contracts, and it has something to do with that here with the tree of life, and it has something to do with that as well. It has something to do with honoring their soul purpose already fulfilled. So it has something to do with they supposed to honor their soul purpose her, and it's already fulfilled her, and it has something to do with that as well her. But they spiritual detached. They detached from this, and it has something to do with that her. It's like they honor their soul purpose already fulfilled, they think, but they detach from their spirituality. This is what they detach from, their spirituality here. Because it has something to do with that here. And it has something to do with these divine feminines here. It's in their soul purpose here and already fulfilled. But it has something to do with their spiritual. They detach from their spirituality. Even though their soul purpose was already fulfilled, they detach from their spirituality. And it has something to do with that as well here. It has something to do with embracing the divine feminines her. And these divine feminines is in the karmic root of illness her. These divine feminines. Yeah. Because it got something to do with spiritual gifts spiritual gifted need strong minds, but it has something to do with that, and it has something to do with they are in the karmic root of illness, her. These divine feminines, her. Yeah, because they choose to sit around her and detach from their spirituality, her, even though they was in their sole purpose of fulfillment. They had their sole purpose of fulfillment, but they detached from their spirituality. These divine feminines did. Yeah. That's connected to the tree of life her, these divine feminines, and it has something to do with that her with these divine contracts. They played around her. Yeah, they played around her, and now the ancestors are not trying to hear that. And it has something to do with that her. Somebody here should have never did that her. It's connected to the environment of energies her. So it's connected to the environment of energies and curse of Amen. So now their environment and energies and curse of Amen, they are in chains, sir. Because it got something to do with illuminating on your spiritual path as well as the creativeness. So they should be illuminating on their spiritual path and being on that creativeness. But it has something to do with the wounds of creation. So they can have the wounds of creation to help the world. And it has something to do with that. And it has something to do with the ancestors of energies to influence. But they didn't do that. They didn't do this. With the earthly ministry of the keeper. Yeah. That's how they do it. That's how they forgot the ancestors, her. And it's connected to the ancestors. Like I was telling you, her. The earthly ministry of keepers. Yeah. And it has something to do with the ancestors of energy influence. Because that's what they would have got the messages from the world. For the world. But it has something to do with they in the karmic mirror. It's connected to the karmic mirror. Y'all see the ancestors, her? And it has something to do with that, and it has something to do with the karmic mirror, but it has something to do with the masters of essence of time. Somebody's telling this too. Somebody here is telling the truth. Somebody's telling something here, and it has something to do with that, because it has something to do with the ancestors of speaker. Somebody here is the ancestors of speaker, and it has something to do with that here. This could be a fire sign that's telling this. The fire of wounds that's telling this. Yeah. Because it has something to do with the arc guidance of warning. This person supposed to tell him about the warning, and it has something to do with that here. It has something to do with that. Because they resist change. They resist change with this spiritual DNA. They resist change. And it has something to do with that here. That's why it's connected to creating a purpose and driven of their business. Somebody here played around her. They definitely did. And it's a fire sign that's telling it. Yeah, a fire sign here is telling it. Somebody here played around her. They played around her. That's why I was telling you her. They detached. You got something to do with that. She detached from the ancestors. They played with the ancestors, her, man. And when they played with the ancestors, sir, that was a no-no. You supposed to identify the ancestors. Because that's what helps us with our wounds. And it's connected to that. What else y'all want them to know? It has something to do with the green goddess. Yeah, it has something to do with the green goddess. They detach. I told you, it got something to do with the green goddess, sir. And it has something to do with they detox from the green goddess. And it has something to do with that, because it got something to do with they detox from the green goddess, because it has something to do with the stillness of mystery ministry here. And it has something to do with the power of disturbed cycles. Someone heard that's from, if you see this is a green goddess. She's a Buddhism. She's really on my thing. Yeah, you will see it on my channel. This person they detach from, and it got something to do with that, and it has something to do with the power of disturbed cycles in nature. But it has something to do with the stillness of mystery. Someone here is telling somebody something here, and it's got something to do with their ministry work or what they was doing here, and it has something to do with someone here that was awakened from weakness here, and it got something to do with the snake. This person is connected to the dark and the light. That's telling somebody something here. It's a fire sign. And I'm telling you this because it got something to do with the invader of wisdom and completing your soul purpose, her. And it has something to do with that, her. Somebody here is telling them something that read a whole bunch of books, her, because it has something to do with detox relationships. They have to detox from relationships, her. This is where they have to detox from to get their wisdom. You gonna see this? And it has something to do with that here. And it has something to do with lifestyle mismatch with soul purpose. So they in lifestyle mismatch with soul purpose with the roots of weakness her. This is how they look at her. Because they stuck her. Because they're not in their soul purpose. They never did. I told you, they never did the spiritual influence. They never worked on that spirituality here. That's why their energy is drained. Because they connected the scare stereotypes her. Yeah. And it has something to do with that her. But somebody heard the health contract with spiritual mastery. They gave this to somebody here. That's with expressing the soul alignments her. Yeah. This person read a whole bunch of books her, like I told you. And it has something to do with that her. And this person is also connected to the soul contracts and also soul contracts her. Yeah. But they making this person go through money blockages her. They finna go through money blockages in relationships her. And they finna learn to walk away when the walk away. They should have walked away her, but they never did. These maximums her is in womb maximum energy her. And they in womb maximum energy with their soul contracts. Because it has something to do with they needed to read a whole bunch of books for every step. They needed to read a whole bunch of books with the generational of ancestry here. And that's how they would have broke truth. And it has something to do with that here. But they didn't want to do that. I told you, divine maximum and divine feminines are not in the right energy that they supposed to be into. It's a fire sign that's telling them that though. A straight fire sign. Yeah. They forgot. They definitely did. Now y'all know what's going on here. Now y'all know what's going on, man. You definitely do. They sat around her and want to ignore what the ancestors was telling them, but they ain't wanna know. Because it has something to do with embracing here. It says the frequencies that approach reality and also childlike attachments, as well as the wonder to watch and celebrate the beauty to unfold in the place. Embracements. And it has something to do with her. They in fun time her with their third eye. Yeah. That's crazy. I told you that. They detached from this from the green goddess. Yeah. It got something to do with earth. influencing of the earth, a deep connection to the physical plane by showing and using the beauty of all of a great mother and revealing more than spirituality but nature. And it has something to do with earth energy here. And it has something to do with that here. They should have been practical here. It's connected to their practical in their journey. They wasn't practical. These empowering people here weren't practical on their journey here. And it has something to do with that here. With this chrome and signs and serenities. They should have looked at signs and serenities here. But they didn't want to do that. They wanted to sit around her. They should have been practical here on their journey here. These empowering people. And it has something to do with that here. Because it has something to do with these empowering people here should have been healing her with their third eye. And it has something to do with that her. But that third eye her, it says her commitments. Or it has something to do with commitments her. But they in passion with commitments. With their third eye. And it has something to do with that her. Because it got something to do with their solar chakra her. And it has something to do with that. Yeah, so I hear played around her. These third eye people is with passion. They impassioned her. They should have woke up, man. Sit around here playing with the both side. Should have woke up her. But they want to sit around here playing with them. Give me one on this detoxer. Why the detoxer? It got something to do with healing their heart, love, and acceptance. They got a detoxer. They detox from healing their heart her. This is what they detox from. By healing their heart her. They supposed to heal their heart her. And it has something to do with that her. And it has something to do with strengths and synergies, traps, the force within, as well as the soul appearance her. So they trapped the soul within with their soul appearance. It has something to do with wisdom her. They gonna get mental clarity, y'all. This mental clarity. Scales gotta be balanced what they did here. Because it got something to do with that her. Because it got something to do with someone that's wise her, that got clarity her. They in achievements her, but they sitting around her gossiping about this person and laughing at this person, but they the ones that need to be laughed at. Because it got something to do with the simple fact is they the ones something is frozen for them as they laughing. Because it got something to do with they finna go through conflict her with their emotions. Yeah. With these connections. These partnerships and connections, this is what they go through. Because they didn't want to heal their heart her. They supposed to detox. They detach from healing their heart. And it has something to do with their her. They disrespect the ancestors, man. Sitting around here thinking that they got it like that. But y'all keep disrespecting them ancestors. Because them ancestors supposed to be telling us stuff. And we supposed to be obeying the ancestors. But they sat around here and ignored the ancestors. And then stuff like that. They never meditated on the ancestors. Yeah. Yeah, they finna be in the Five of Pentacles, sir. Y'all see them begging her to Jesus Christ, our Lord and Savior? They finna be in the Five of Pentacles, sir. And you know why they finna be in the Five of Pentacles, sir? Because it got something to do with the Chariot. They sitting around here trying to come to the Most High. Nah, it's too late for that. They should have thought about that before. Give me one on the goddesses. What's the name? They detox from the Green Goddess, and it has something to do with that. And it has something to do with the Knight of Cups. Did I tell you that? The Knight of Cups, and it has something to do with that. And it has something to do with the Seven of Pentacles, and it has something to do with the Nine of Cups, sir. They so busy on worrying about they partying with a whole bunch of people here that they forgot they harvest, and it has something to do with that here. That's why they finna be in the Five of Cups, sir. Cause they forgot they harvest, and they finna be in the Five of Cups, sir. Because it got something to do with they finna be in the Five of Cups, sir. Because it got something to do with the Two of Grain. And it has to do with they being juggled her. These high priestesses being juggled her. And these high priestesses being juggled her because these high priestesses her with the Seven of it got something to do with the Seven of Swords. That's why they blind her. You see them sitting there blind? These high priestesses are blind. Y'all see that? They blind. Because they sat around her and left the Jesus Christ out. Like Jesus Christ was nothing. Now they sitting around her begging. And they played with Jesus Christ, her. And when they played with Jesus Christ, her, it got something to do with that, her. They should have been a hermit, her. But they left Jesus Christ out to the Five of Pentacles, her. And now they're going to be begging her. Especially they left this hermit out that's connected to the Jesus Christ, her. That is a magician. Didn't I tell you that? That's a magician. They left Jesus Christ out. Like he was nothing, her. And he was the hermit. They left a hermitess out. And it had something to do with that. There was a magician, her. And it had something to do with Moses. But it had something to do with the 4 candles, her. Yeah. They left this magician out, her. And a page of swords. They want to sit around her and judge this person. This person a magician that's close to the Most High. And it has something to do with her. But it has something to do with they wanted to sit around her and question this person when they connected to the devil and they got toxic they connected to the devil and they got toxic karmic relationships as well, but they want to question this person. This star they wanted to question. And it has something to do with that. And this star her, and it got something to do with the 8 of Wands her, this star. But this star her, it comes to God and be talking to God and stuff like that, her. This star, that's the 8 of Wands. But it has something to do with that, her. This person is the 9 of Wands. And this person gonna tell the truth too. This person's gonna be a Sagittarius. That's gonna tell the truth. And it has something to do with that, her. And it has something to do with the 4 of Cups, her. But they leaving this person out into the 4 of Cups, her, with their work. And it has something to do with that, her. And it got something to do with the Queen of Pentacles, sir. That's in this 9 of Pentacles, this Queen of Pentacles. Yeah. And it got something to do with the Ace of Cups. But this Queen of Pentacles, sir. With this Ace of Cups. But this Queen of Pentacles, sir, gave to this Emperor. And it got something to do with that, her. And it got something to do with the 2 of Swords. This Emperor is indecisive, her. And the reason why this Emperor is this indecisive, her, because it got something to do with this King of Cups. It's indecisive. And this King of Cups is indecisive because it got something to do with the Knight of Wands. Yeah. They played around her. They definitely did. They definitely did. Told you that. They got something to do with healing their heart, her. Accepting love and healing their heart. It got something to do with a Knight of Cups, her. But this Knight of Cups, her, was trying to give an offer to a Greek goddess, her. And it had something to do with that, her. Tell me what's going on here, man. Y'all sitting around here playing around. Y'all play all you want to. But the ancestors mad in the mug. Yeah, it got something to do with the dancing of the light. Let your light shine. Somebody heard that night light shine like a mug. And it has something to do with that here. And it has something to do with the soul guardian. Protect your inner world. They try to protect themselves. You can't protect yourself. Because this person light is still going to shine. Give me one on earth. Yeah. It has something to do with the river flowing with the universe here. And it has something to do with that here. Yeah. It has something to do with the star oracle here. Connecting with the mystery of energies here. They possibly been using oracle here. They forgot about oracle. I keep telling y'all this. These readers forgot about oracle here. And it has something to do with that here. And it has something to do with the dragon of spirits. Awakening the inner strength of wisdom here. I told you the far side here that's telling something here. Because this person is guided of the light. And it has something to do with that. And this person is guided of the light with the mystery of love and the bridge of love and resist. Because it got something to do with they need to shield themselves. It got something to do with the shielding of spirit. Protect your soul and strength. Yeah. And it has something to do with that as well here. This person is the dancing of the light. Because it got something to do with the keeper of stories connected to the past and the future. This person knows the past and the future. Yeah. That's what I was telling you. And they want to sit around here and play with the ancestors here. Nah, y'all play with the wrong one here. Because earth energy here, that river, they don't even see this coming here. They supposed to be letting go of these Knight of Cups, man. But they want to detach from the goddess, the green goddess her. Yeah, okay. Y'all keep playing around her, man. Y'all keep playing around her. Yeah, y'all detach from somebody y'all should have never detached from. Thinking that they got it like that. Yeah, okay. Because what it look like to me is many a pathways. Somebody who got many a pathways, got something to do with many a pathways, her. And it has something to do with that. And it has something to do with the rainbow, her. Somebody heard that's in the rainbow got many a pathways. And it has something to do with that, her. Give me one on accepting love and romance, her. They should let go of these Knight of Cups. This is what they need to detach from. The ghost dance. I told you they in the ghost dance. They in this ghost dance, her, man. The time, when, as well as they cursed her. Yeah. They cursed her. And it has to do with that, her. Especially connected to the medicine wheel. They cursed her. Yeah. And it has to do with that, her. Give me one more on this Knight of Cups. Somebody here played around her. They played around her. They definitely did. Because it got something to do with the scare. Yeah, these Knight of Cups ain't nothing but a scared. It got something to do with the middle world her and the vision of quest. They in the middle world her with this vision of quest. Because it got something to do with the time master. And it has something to do with this time master her. Yeah, with the cross, the Etel cross, and completion. Because something be completed for them. That's for real. So I here played around her. They played around her. Yeah, they played around her. Told you they ignored the ancestors, man. You can't ignore the ancestors and think you running the show here, man. Hey, no. Nobody run the show, not even me. The Most High run the show. The Divine run the show. The universe run the show. The ancestors run the show. It got something to do with that her. And they want to sit around her and it says, sir, I told you that. These mothers, sir. It got something to do with these mothers, sir, man. It says, sir, the divine mother, selfish love, emotional manipulation, as well as gaslighting, hatred, and going depend on, as well as trap. These mothers, sir. These single mothers. And it has something to do with that. I told you that. And it got something to do with that, her. They trying to charge. But it got something to do with going forward. They try to charge her by going forward. But it has something to do with that, her. And keep going her. But it has something to do with that her. But they gonna get some type of clarity her. They definitely is. With this olive branch. Yeah. Yeah. Because somebody her getting better her. They took they back from an earth angel her. And it has something to do with that her. Embracing the unlock your full potential. They took they back from this earth angel her. And it got something to do with that her. Yeah. It's connected to their environment her. These healers her. Their environment is real messed up her. These healers. And this earth angel know that. Their environment is messed up her. Their environment, these healers, environment is messed up. And it has something to do with that her, with this non-confronting. They don't want to confront their environment her. Because it's being shown with the sun. And it has something to do with that her. This explorer, yeah, this explorer know the truth. Yeah, this explorer know the truth. This earth angel do, and they sat around her and want to play with this person. Nah, baby girl, you ain't gonna be able to play with this person. These healers' environment is upside down. Their environment, yeah, and it has something to do with that her. And it's an earth angel that know this. Yeah. Told you that. Give you one on the river. It has something to do with the cross. Didn't I tell you that? The cross. And it has something to do with that with mental self, physical sinfulness as well as lifestyle. Something missing, anguish and depression, and what's not. That's what they finna go through her, because it got something to do with the staff, and it got something to do with the knowing everything. Somebody heard this staffer know everything, and they know they got addictions, sir. Whoever this is, they need to break from addictions, sir. The staff know this, that they need to break from addiction. You see how she's smoking this marijuana all the time, her? These earth angels getting high all the time. These angels, her, these earth angels, her, they getting high all the time. Acting like they spiritual as well, her. It's their environment. So somebody know this. It's one angel that's not like this. But it's another. These other earth angels, they always getting high. And it got something to do with their environment, her. Somebody know this. And it's a healer that know this. I told you that. It's a healer that know this. This healer know about these healers' environment. And it has something to do with their non-confronting. They don't want to confront it though. And it has something to do with their Yeah. They play around her. Something gonna happen in the wintertime to them. I told you it's coming in the fall and the winter. And it has something to do with their Y'all. It's coming in the fall and the winter to them. And it has something to do with that. These healers that's online sitting around her and all that. They chakra, I told you, their crown chakra is gone. Because they not connected to the higher beings. They forgot the ancestors. And I told you that. Hold on. It has something to do with that. They're going to have to detach from this romance love. They're going to have to detach from this romance love, her. Because it ain't nothing but a ghost dance. It ain't nothing but a ghost dance, her, for them. Yeah. And it has something to do with that, her. It got something to do with they came to a green goddess, her. It got something to do with this green goddess, her. And it got something to do with this Knight of Cups, her. But it got something to do with this scared scene. That's what they came to this goddess about. But this goddess knew what was up. It's a goddess that knew what was up her. And the reason why this goddess knew what was up, this goddess knew that they wasn't no good her. And it had something to do with that her, because it got something to do with this river. They letting it go. This goddess letting it go. Person knew that somebody wasn't no good her. It got something to do with religion trinity. This connects to religion trinity here, man. Yeah. Religion trinity, yeah. It has something to do with their fifth chakra, her. It's connected to their fifth chakra. It got something to do with the throat chakra, her. It's connected to the throat chakra, her. And it has something to do with they joking all the time, her. This joking all the time, yeah. And it has something to do with they finna have a setback, her. They finna have a setback her. And they finna have a setback her with they struggling in their finance her. Because it got something to do with these people that's working with the astrology. Yeah, it got something to do with these people. They finna have a struggles finance her. Because it got something to do with they should have had self-knowledge. And it has something to do with that her. And it has something to do with these people that's working with the astrology her. These people that's working with the astrology. And these people that's working with the astrology here, these psychic abilities. These people that got psychic abilities, yeah. It has something to do with they in low self-esteem. Because it got something to do with this spell work and magic is backfiring. Yeah. Or what they did here. Because the truth will set them free. Yeah. It has something to do with that here. They played around her. And it has something to do with taking care of you. So it has something to do with taking care of you. And it got something to do with the sun. Somebody here that take care of themselves here, it's in the sun. I told you that. But it has something to do with their karma. It's coming. Their karma is coming here. And it got something to do with that because it got something to do with it's coming in September to November. I told you it's coming in the fall. And it has something to do with that with this vine tree. Yeah. It's coming in the fall here. And it's coming in through the fall. It's coming through the fall. It's coming in September to November, and it's coming to August and September her with the harvest. Yeah, the harvest of trees. The hazel tree. Yeah, the hazel tree. It's connected to the hazel tree. And it has something to do with that her. It got something to do with Mercury her and Scorpio energy. They should have went through a death and a rebirth like I told you her. They should have released. It says release your past. Free yourself. Let the past go. They should have let the past go her. Because the Mother Earth her. I told you that. They supposed to went through change her, and they never did. They never did. They never released it, and they thought that the ancestors didn't see what they was doing, but that's not the case, sir. Yeah, it's not the case, sir. What's coming in? We have here the Ace of Swords. This is the truth. The Ace of Swords. And it has something to do with there. And it has something to do with the Four of Cups. Something be a missing opportunity. I told you they forgot the ancestors. I told you that. That's who they forgot. It has something to do with the Queen of Pentacles. Earth energy. Yeah. The Queen of Pentacles, sir. Earth energy. It has something to do with the King of Cups, sir. And it has something to do with the Knight of Cups, sir. And it has something to do with the Empress. Yeah. You want on the Queen of Pentacles? It got something to do with the Six of Pentacles, sir. They forgot, I told you. You all see the Buddhism people right here? They forgot them. They definitely did. They supposed to gave to them. And it has something to do with this Queen of Pentacles supposed to gave to them. And it has something to do with her. And it has something to do with the Three of Pentacles. And it has something to do with the Queen of Wands. They working with this Queen of Wands. I told you there's a Queen of Wands that know the truth here with this Eight of Wands. There's a Queen of Wands here that know the truth. And it has something to do with that here. And they working with the Queen of Wands here. And it has something to do with that here. I told you that. And it has something to do with the Tower. They finna get a tower here. And it has something to do with that here. Because it has something to do with the Sun. And it has something to do with the Three of Cups here. It's being shown that they were celebrating her. With this Four Wands in their home. Yeah. They're celebrating her. With this Four Wands in their home. And it has something to do with that here. Yeah, that's why they getting a tower. Because it has something to do with the Seven of Cups here. They thought they was going to... I told you they get illusions here. They forget a tower here and finna find out this. Because it got something to do with the Ten of Swords and it has something to do with the Nine of Pentacles here. These Nine of Pentacles here finna get Ten of Swords in here. Because it got something to do with the King of Wands. And it has something to do with that. It has something to do with this King of Wands here and got something to do with the Star. Somebody here played around her. And it has something to do with justice. Y'all see Buddha? Justice. They try to put illusions up to Buddha. You can't put illusions up to Buddha here because it got something to do with the Knight of the Queen of Swords here, and it has something to do with the King of Swords here. These earth signs did it too, and it has something to do with these earth signs here with they lover. And it has something to do with that here. It has something to do with the lovers here. It has something to do with his judgment on them. Y'all see that? And it has something to do with that here because it got something to do with the Two of Cups. Yeah, somebody here get sorry here for trying to put illusions up to Buddha. I told you, they left out Buddha. Not just Buddha, they left out a green goddess here as well. And it got something to do with that here. That's why they get a tower here. They can't put illusions up to Buddha. And it has something to do with that here. Here go Buddha right here. And they sit around here playing with him. Yeah, y'all keep playing that game. Keep playing that game. Told you that. They disrespect, man. They should have never disrespected the Most High. They should never disrespect the Most High here. I told you. It got something to do with that. It got something to do with the Daughter of Swords. And it got something to do with that here. And it got something to do with the daughter of, I told you, Temperance Angel here. This is Sagittarius energy. This Sagittarius is telling it. Yeah. It has something to do with that here. Give me one on the Queen of Pentacles. It has something to do with the Queen of Pentacles again. Earth energy. But I tell you that. And it has something to do with the Two of Wands, and it has something to do with they act like they planted with the universe here. But it has something to do with the empresses. These empresses act like they planted with the universe. But it has something to do with these empresses here. It's judgment. It's judgment on these empresses. It's judgment on them. And the reason why it's judgment on them, because it got something to do with the Queen of Swords. And it has something to do with that, this Princess of Swords here. It got something to do with the Ace of Wands. I told you that. It's judgment on them. Give me one on the Six of Pentacles. Because it got something to do with the Queen of Wands here. It's connected to Buddha. This Queen of Wands is connected to Buddha. Yeah. And it has something to do with that here. It has something to do with this person is a high priestess here. This person is the Nine of Wands. And this person is the King of Wands as well. Yeah. And it has something to do with that here. That's crazy. Give me one on the tower. You got something to do with the Eight of Cups here. They get the tower. Because it got something to do with these Nine of Pentacles here. Finna be in the Five of Pentacles. And it got something to do with that here because it got something to do with who they working with her. And it got something to do with who they working with her. And it got something to do with the Ace of Pentacles. They should have held back to her. But they never did. Yup, that's why they get a tower. They walked away from a tower. Got something to do with these stars here. It's in illusions. Yeah, they in illusions here. And these stars are in illusions here because it got something to do with the Six of Swords here. They moved the carbon waters with their friends here, but they wanted to play with the devil. This is who they wanted to play with. These stars. And they got something to do, they wanted to play with the devil here in their home. And they got something to do in their home here. Yeah, that's why it's going to be put to rest with this Four of Swords. Give me one on Justice. It got something to do with this Queen of Swords here. Yeah. And these stars. But it has something to do with that, with these Knight of Cups here and these magicians they thought that they was doing. It got something to do with they blocked her. They manifestations are blocked. And it has something to do with that because it got something to do with this King of Pentacles here. And it got something to do with this King of Pentacles here, Earth energy here. Moving the karma waters. I told you that. But it has something to do with that here. And celebrating. Yeah. Told you that. I get served her. Somebody here played with a Queen of Wands here. This Queen of Pentacles here. Got something to do with this Queen of Pentacles here. Acting like they working together with this Queen of Wands here. They not working together with this Queen of Wands here. And it has something to do with that. Now they want to act like they want to work together with this Queen of Wands here. But this Queen of Wands is connected to Buddha. And it has something to do with that here. And this Queen of Wands is connected to Buddha here. But it has something to do with that here. This Queen of Pentacles know this. But it has something to do with this Queen of Wands here walking away. That's why they getting a towel. And the reason why this Queen of Wands walking away, this Queen of Wands ain't giving it to them. And the reason why is because of the simple fact is these stars here should have walked away here because now they in illusions. And the reason why they in illusions here is because of the simple fact is these stars here can be with a Queen of Swords, but this Queen of Swords here putting up illusions here, but this person forgot about Buddha. This Queen of Swords did and this Queen of Pentacles did. This Queen of Pentacles act like she won't work with a Queen of Wands now, but it's too late for that. It's too late. This stuff is too late here. So we got Friendless here. This connected to Friendless. And it has something to do with that here. And it has something to do with expressive. Somebody here might want to be friends with somebody, but this person be by themselves. Yeah. Give me one of this Queen of Pentacles. It has something to do with this Queen of Pentacles is sneaky here. I told you that. Wearing a mask here. This other side here is sneaky. And wearing a mask. And it has something to do with that here. And it has something to do with that. Because it got something to do with it's a change here. This Queen of Pentacles going to have to go through a transformation. And it has something to do with that here. This is what she need to trust. And it has something to do with that. Give me one on this Queen of Wands. It has something to do with this Queen of Wands here celebrating. This Queen of Wands? Yeah. Celebrating her. Yeah, and the reason why this Queen of Wands celebrating her is because of the simple. This Queen of Pentacles try to be sneaky to this Queen of Wands, but it has something to do with that. But it has something to do with something ice for the. I told you, this Queen of Wands don't play with the past. Past life. This Queen of Wands don't play with the past, and it has something to do with that. This person got compassion. They want this Queen of Wands to have compassion, but this Queen of Wands don't play with the past, and it has something to do with that. That's why this person is. I told you. That's why this Queen of Wands is increasing and changing. Yeah, because this person don't play with the past. I told you that. Give me one on the 8 of Cups, her. Yeah, I started doing with these lovers, her. I told you that. It got something to do. They gotta walk away from these lovers. These lovers getting a towel with her. These lovers finna get a towel because they should have walked away, and they got something to do with that her. Yeah, these lovers acting like they in success right now, but they should have walked away. That's why they get a towel, because it got something to do with their solutions. They thought they had some type of solution. They finna be in sorrow. It's what they reaped. This is what they reaped, and it has something to do with that her. Give me one out of 7 of Cups. It has something to do with this portrait here. I told you. They put up illusions to these lovers and stuff like that here with this portrait. It has something to do with that here. It got something to do with these stars here and illusions. I told you that with this portrait. These stars. They in illusions. And it has something to do with that here. And they in illusions here because it got something to do with they choose they love her. And they love her. It's putting up illusions to them. Did I tell you that? And it has something to do with that here. And it has something to do with beyond illumination, sir. They need to look. I told you, y'all need to look at beyond illumination because somebody here carrying burdens, and it got something to do with that. With this, with they lover. They carrying burdens. Told you that. Give me one of the Queen of Swords. It has something to do with compassion here. So it has something to do with this. Queen of Swords here had compassion and stuff like that. Because they had illusions her. And it has something to do with this Queen of Swords her can be having compassion. But it has something to do with the fool her. And it got something to do with harmony. And it has something to do with tuning in. I told you that. And it has something to do with tuning in her. But somebody here need to look beyond illuminations her. Because somebody here carrying burdens. This Queen of Swords is and this Queen of Pentacles is. Because they with they lover. And they carrying their burdens. Yeah. They put up illusions here. This Queen of Swords wanted to have compassion so much that she in illusions. And it has something to do with that here. Yeah, they in illusions here. Straight up. Yeah. They definitely is. Told you. What I tell you. These males they choose that was rebellious. These males that they choose that was rebellious. And it has something to do with that here. And it has something to do with control. They controlling these empresses. Y'all see that? These males that's rebellious, they controlling these empresses. And these males is in loony land. While these empresses is in loony land. Yeah. That's what it got something to do with her viewers. Now y'all know what's up, man. Now y'all know what's going on here, man. They sat around her and played with the ancestors, man. And then thought that they was doing something here. Nah, baby boy, baby girls. Y'all not doing nothing. Because it's connected to angels of relationships. They gonna be arguing in these relationships. You know why they gonna be arguing in relationships? Because they sat around her and put their chakras aligned with them. Yeah, that was a no-no when they played around her. I told you they disrespect the ancestors. And it has something to do with that. It's a clairvoyant person, go tell it. This person that got a third eye, that's clairvoyant, go tell it. And it has something to do with that here. Because it got something to do with park angel. This person parking. I told you that. Because it has something to do with the guardian angels. This person is with their guardian angels. And it has something to do with that here. And this person is in harmony too. And this person, it got Libra in their chart. I told you, somebody here got Libra in their chart and fire in their chart. And it has something to do with that. This person clairvoyant. Yeah. And it has something to do with that here. And this person can feel relationships. And these relationships is just going off. That's crazy. Now y'all know what's going on here, man. Told you that. Because it got something to do with journey guides, traveling and changing locations. Yeah, the world need to change locations. Because it got something to do with somebody here with mental clarity, know the truth. Yeah, this clairvoyant person got third eye. Because it got something to do with the guardian angels of spiritual families. And it has something to do with personal guidance. It got something to do with a goddess here that got vision. I told you that. And it has something to do with this goddess that got vision. Know about these conflicts here. These goddesses here finna go through conflict. Yeah, these goddesses finna go through conflict here, man. You know why? Because it got something to do with they finna go through conflict with their prosperities. Because it got something to do with that hurt. Because it got something to do with they should have been optimistic to the world. And been a Kenyan spirit to the world. Because it got something to do with that hurt. These teachers. And these teachers should have been teaching the ancestor masteries. They should have been teaching the ancestors of mastery, but they forgot about them. And it has something to do with that. These elements. They forgot about them. And it has something to do with that. Yeah. I told you that. Now y'all know the truth. Y'all take care. Bye bye.